I got into this, what turned out to be a business, by being patient first, like most people do. I was in college, or no, I'm sorry, I graduated from college, I was bartending. I had a friend who was in pharmacy school, got bored to death with pharmacy school, and ended up going to chiropractic school. And I had headaches. And, you know, he was learning about how chiropractic handles headaches, being new in the school down there, and he said, hey, ding-a-ling, you know, you're going to rot your insides out taking these drugs. Because I was taking Excedrin in the morning, Excedrin at lunch, and Excedrin PM to go to bed, so that I could sleep through the night, otherwise my headaches would wake me up. And when he talked to me about it, it seemed like that probably wasn't the most efficacious way to handle my problem, since it was only covering up my problem and not getting rid of my problem. And so I listened to him, and I went to a chiropractor over in Towson. He's across from Towson, what was then Towson State, which is now Towson University. And he brought me in and did the same thing with me that I do with every single new patient. Sit down, talk about what's going on, figure out what the problem is, and then explain it to the person, and if it's a fixable thing, start to fix it. I knew I had already graduated. I knew I was going to go to school for something else. This made sense to me. It made more sense than any other thing I'd considered doing for a living. So I, you know, quite literally packed up all my stuff and went to Georgia within a very short time span of being in his office, figuring if it's something that's fantastic and I love, I'll stay and do it. And I was, you know, so young at that point, I knew if it was something that I didn't love and didn't want to do the rest of my life, I'd, you know, at least it was scratch that one off, go look for something else. But obviously, it worked out okay.
What would you say is the most common problem you see?
Low back pain.
Low back pain.
And then low back pain, you know, with, you know, some kind of sciatica or leg pain or radiating problem like that, by far. I mean, just across the board, if you, any pain doctor of any type, that's the number one thing. Next thing after that, neck pain / headaches / shoulder, you know, just depending on what's going on. Any pain doctor of any type, that's the number one thing. Next thing after that, neck pain / headaches / shoulder, you know, just depending on what's going on. But we see and treat all kinds of stuff. And because we do a combination of chiropractic and you know, physical therapy modalities and rehabilitation, you know, we can treat a whole bunch of stuff. You just quite literally see people transforming before your eyes and under your hands. I mean, people come in and, you know, they've got this mask of pain, and there's no glimmer in their eyes, and unfortunately very often prior to getting to me, they've already been through everything else and tried everything else, and nothing works, and, well, what do I got to lose by being here? You know, I mean, that's how the state that a lot of people are in, unless they know one of the other patients that doesn't let them get to that point. But, and then to take that glassy-eyed, depressed, no expression on their face person, and day by day, step by step, little by little, you know, gently bring them along and do everything to them and for them at first, and then they start participating in it, and you see the color coming back to their face, and then there's the day they laugh for the first time in the office. And I know that sounds really, you know, dramatic, but that's, I mean, that's what happens here. And not, you know, not, obviously not everyone's lets themselves get to that point, but it's amazing.